Hello everyone, this is Showtime 112. Exploits of Romanian fighter pilots are yet another exciting but forgotten aspect of World War II. Romanian Air Force fought against three major powers and despite always being outnumbered, produced a significant number of fighter aces. There is no official list of Romanian aces, but a very comprehensive unofficial list gives that title to 126 pilots. It must be noted that due to a very unique scoring system which also included airplanes destroyed on the ground and which was based on the number of engines rather than aircraft shot down, only 59 of these pilots qualify for the ace status according to usual standards. But it's still a respectable figure for a relatively small air force. Between the two world wars, Romania had the largest air force in the region, not including the USSR. But with the increasing tensions in Europe, by mid-1930s a modernization program was needed. Romanians were able to make purchasing deals with the British and the Germans. Britain supplied Hurricane Mark I and Germany agreed to deliver Messerschmitt Bf 109E. Germany also offered Heinkel 112, which could be delivered sooner than the Bf 109. This fighter, which lost to the Messerschmitt in the Luftwaffe competition, was nevertheless produced and exported to other countries. One of them was Romania, which acquired 30 examples, primarily because of their availability. Romania had its own aircraft industry, Industria Aeronautica Romana, which was able to develop an indigenous fighter type by 1939. It was the ER-80. Powered by a French radial engine, this fighter had many modern features and it proved to be superior to Heinkel 112 in some aspects. The airplane entered service in 1941 and it was used in several variants until the end of World War II. Finally, Romanian fighter force included outdated Polish types PZL P-11 and P-24. Some had been locally produced under license and some came when surviving Polish Air Force retreated to Romania after their country was conquered by Germany and USSR. But in 1940, Romania faced several ultimatums to cede territory to some of its neighbors. First, it was the USSR, then Bulgaria, and finally Hungary. With additional pressure by Germany and Italy, Romania accepted and ceded some of its territory. This led to the abdication of the king and formation of a pro-German government. Romania then joined the Axis powers. Romania also joined Germany in the invasion of the USSR in June 1941, eager to regain the lands taken from it by the Soviets. At that time, the Royal Romanian Air Force had more than 200 fighter aircraft, many of them quite modern. The best of these fighters were placed under command of the Gruparea Aeriană de Luptă, or Combat Air Grouping. It included 2 squadrons with 28 Heinkel 112s, 3 squadrons with 36 Bf 109Es, and 3 squadrons with 24 ER-80s. The Combat Air Grouping was to support Romanian and German units in their advance through the USSR. Home defense was assigned to a single Hurricane Squadron and Polish PZL fighters. The first day of the offensive saw plenty of combat, and the most successful among Romanian fighter pilots was Teodor Moscu. He was a Heinkel 112 pilot from number 51 Squadron. 12 Heinkels escorted bombers to attack Soviet airfields at Volgograd and Bulgarica. The first attack went smoothly, but when they reached their second target, there were reportedly 30 I-16s in the air. Teodor Moscu attacked 2 Soviet fighters that were just taking off and shot one of them down. He then noticed another I-16 heading straight for him and fired again. this Rata went down as well. But now there were several I-16s on Moscow's tail. He maneuvered and managed to damage one of them, but his airplane was damaged too. Moscow managed to escape and he was given a credit of 2 confirmed kills and 1 probable. He was never able to repeat such success, as there are no further kills credited to him. Squadron number 53, equipped with 12 Hurricanes, was exceptionally successful. Hurricane pilots were credited with 32 confirmed victories in the first 10 days. As mentioned, they were given the task of home defense, focusing on Black Sea and Constanza Harbor. On 23rd of June, one of Hurricane pilots became a national hero. Horia Agaric took off alone from Mamaya airfield early in the morning to intercept a formation of 7 unescorted Soviet Tupolev SB bombers. He managed to shoot down 3 of them near Constanza Harbor, and wrecks were found to confirm his victories. A popular song about him was hastily composed. It exploited the fact that his last name, Agaric, rhymed with Bolshevich, or Bolsheviks. So Agaric has gone to hunt the Bolshevich. Agaric was credited with 3 more confirmed kills and 2 probables later in the war. Under the unique Romanian victory system, this gave him 13 victories. His fame and the popular song certainly didn't do him any favors when Bolshevich took over his country. The indigenous ER-80 was somewhat less successful early in the war. It was the only one of the 3 types in the combat air grouping that was given the pure fighter role. 4 separate battles with Soviet fighters occurred on the first day of the invasion. 1 kill was claimed by the pilot Ioan Mihailescu. On the other hand, at least 4 of these Romanian fighters force landed with battle damage and 2 with engine troubles. None were written off, but unfortunately no further details could be found about these engagements. Romanian Messerschmitt Bf-109s were mostly employed in escorting bombers attacking Soviet airfields in the early days of Operation Barbarossa. On the first day, at least 2 Soviet aircraft were destroyed in a strafing attack by the 4 Bf-109s attacking Yaloveni airfield. The next day, 16 Romanian Bf-109s engaged 25 Soviet fighters and claimed 7 of them without losses. I couldn't find any specific details about this engagement either. This was part 1 of our video about Romanian Air Force in Operation Barbarossa. Part 2 is not yet certain, and it will depend on performance of this video. If you really want to hear more about this topic, write so in the comments, press the like button and share the video on social networks. Thank you and keep watching Showtime 112.